Alright guys, the follow-up video. Listen, all the comments, I just want to thank everybody, even some of the negative stuff, because I really don't care, but I really just want to thank everybody for your comments and the realistic, friendly attitude, and you know, the literate people. You can obviously tell that this whole troll thing is just nonsense. You people are just people that can't stand a misogynist type guy. That's really all it is. But I just want to, we've read the comments, they're hard, it takes a long time to answer them all, but if I don't answer them, you know, you guys have our email address. You can email us on a more personal level, as some have, and we're starting to develop friendships with people of common interests and common things, and even to the point of knowing the same people. That's how crazy it really is, the short degree of separation. So to kind of reiterate why I chose to do this, because it's difficult for me, because it is, as my oldest son says, "Dad, you're bullying the guy." Well, I just want to start from square one and go through. Discover this guy, as everybody did. It's fine, you know, and he goes on this journey. It's all good. I even took my time to help him out, and I guess that's what's the most dissatisfying part about it, is I would do it for anybody. And then, you know, I never really harassed him much, but I got aggravated at him begging people for money. Once I really watched it and listened and looked into his eyes, he's just wanting your money. He wants a free life. He can sell real estate. He can do all that stuff, as we all can have jobs. But at this point in his life, he has taken advantage of people. And he put himself in this situation. He could have got a job anywhere along the line. He could have stayed at his ex-wife's house and sold real estate, made a ton of money, and went and bought whatever he wanted to, and then continued on, because the friendly side of Carl is enjoyable. The ugly side of Carl, he's a coward. It's just that simple. We were messaging him on one of his live streams, and actually Stacy was doing it, and she went into an explanation about how we have approached this, the work involved, saving the money, remodeling our house, putting up our assets, because just as Carl, my divorce took plenty. And he came back with, because he has that public forum, he come back running his mouth, calling us names, and I just got offended by that, because, and then I took over, and then he even went as far as, you know, running his mouth about us having a PayPal account and a Patreon. And I explained in an earlier video, we're not going to do any of that until we feel that we deserve to have supporters financially, if they were to choose to, through our Patreon account, which that's so far down the line. But the bottom line is, most people that do this, they save their money and they get out there and do their thing. It isn't on the back of other people. So when he assaulted my wife and I verbally, I went to his messenger privately and started messaging him, and my first thing I said to him was that he would not talk to me like that to my face, and he told me that I wouldn't do it to him. Well, that really wasn't the point. The point was, he wasn't gonna, I wouldn't allow him to talk to me or my wife like that to my face. I'm just not gonna do it. Whether that becomes a verbal altercation or where it chooses to go, we're all adults, you know. He's a coward. He's not going to do it. So the long messaging through Messenger, he just kept on. He told me he didn't have anything to apologize for, and we're going to figure out how to pull all that thread off of Messenger, and I'll do a video of it and put it out there so you can see that, you know, I had no super ill will to this guy, period, other than, you know, I just wanted an apology. If he had apologized, called me on the telephone, he's got my phone number, he could have apologized, we could have talked about it, and I would have let it go. And I probably, even if I would have checked in on his channel occasionally, probably not, because I just can't stand him begging for money, because that's all his live streams are. There is no real content. So what? He's driving a boat down the Intercoastal Waterway. We live on the Intercoastal Waterway. My wife, you know, he goes and attacks my wife. We had an offshore boat for years. My wife has caught more pelagic fish than most grown men will ever dream of catching. When the boys got too old, they didn't want to help with the boat. It takes 4 hours to clean it, so we sold it, you know, and they changed the fishing rules. It was just that simple. I can fish out of the Keys. A friend of mine owns a house in Key Colony, as a matter of fact. So, addressing the nasty people that have attacked, I don't care about me, but to call my wife an inbred whore, heroin addict, seriously, and I'll put that out to Mr. Stuck in BC and Mr. Alexander O. Those are the two fools that did that. Same thing. You know, win or lose, dude, you're not going to say that to my face without problems. You're just not going to verbally assault my wife, because that's what men do. They protect their family. You know, period. It's just that simple. The only reason I've told you why I'm doing this to Carl is purely because he ran his mouth, and I told him that that was going to happen. Our transparency, that's you know, we're not computer gurus, we're not editing heroes. Stacy will learn that. I have resisted technology. I can run electronics on a boat and do all that sort of stuff, but I've actually never cut and pasted anything. Chase showed me how to do it the other day. I still do handwritten contracts. I just didn't want to get too involved with that, because I was on a downhill roll, and I knew that eventually I just wasn't going to be doing this type of work. And like my work truck, I've had that truck 20 years. Okay, it's a work truck. I love that truck. It doesn't matter. Oh, and by the way, here's my fast food cup right here. Fast food. It's got water in it now, but yesterday it had some kind of Mango Tango Powerade in it or something. Whatever. My wife drives an 08 King Ranch that doesn't have a scratch on it. That's our go truck sitting over there in the driveway, and it's got 69,000 miles on it. That's the truck we drive. And of course, you'll see a video where Chase got him a project truck. It's on there. It's unloaded in front of the house. He's saving up his money, going to put a motor in it. Anything that we say or do is going to be completely honest and the truth, as close to it as I can. So all that page after